wanted to quickly mention this. Is an article on the NPR, on an NPR affiliate website. And the title is, Men Like Me Benefit from Safe Abortion Access. And I forget who the author of this is because I copy and pasted it here. I wish I could tell you the name of the guy who wrote this, but maybe it doesn't matter. Going down a little bit, the article says, men like me have also long been the direct beneficiaries of safe abortion access. Giving women the choice not to carry unwanted pregnancies often means we too can delay parenthood until we are ready. Since I've spent 10 of the past 11 years as a student, most of the women I've had sex with were also students, also progressive, and also not at a point in their lives when they were looking or ready to have children. I try to share responsibility for birth control, and if a woman tells me she's on it, I also trust that. If she still got pregnant, however, though entirely her decision, I assume we would both want the same thing, an abortion. In longer-term relationships, we've had explicit discussions about this. It's the duty of both sexual partners to be proactive about safe sex, but in reality, too often this burden falls disproportionately on women. Oh, that's nice. So he's concerned about women too. Admittedly, I've often relied on my female sexual partners to protect me from unwanted pregnancy. During my MBA, I recall panicking in an Uber to the train station after hanging out with a medical student I had met on Tinder and we had seen a few times. She had a latex allergy. We didn't use our best judgment. Then I got her text. She had decided to take Plan B as an extra precaution. I was relieved. To my knowledge, I've never gotten anyone pregnant. On an academic level, I've followed the entrenched, decades-long conservative effort to undermine access to safe abortions. Yet until this moment, I viewed accessible abortion as something my partners and I could reasonably rely on as a last resort. And then he goes on and on and on, talking about how he really benefits from this. I actually... this article provoked, I guess, some mostly jeers and mockery, which is what it deserves. A little bit of outrage as well on the right, but I'm all about the jeers and mockery for something like this. I'm not outraged at all. In fact, I very much appreciate this article, and I'm happy that this guy wrote it, because what he's saying here is exactly correct. This is 100% true. That abortion benefits. It doesn't just benefit. I think it primarily benefits. No, I don't think. It does primarily benefit weak, effeminate, limp-wristed, pathetic, loser, lazy, despicable, shameful men like this. They are the beneficiaries of abortion. And so I'm very happy when any of them can stand up and say, yep, that's me, and I love abortion. So that other women can look at this guy and say, like, this is what abortion is for. It's not for you, it's for that guy. This guy who's managed to find multiple sexual partners somehow, which speaks to the collapse of standards in our culture today, which is a problem in and of itself. But that's who abortion is for. It's certainly not for women. Because that's the guy who is going to benefit from it, quote unquote, and will suffer not at all. He pays no price. So he's got no skin in the game after the sexual act is complete anyway. He suffers no. Now, if he had a conscience, if he had a conscience, if he had any kind of moral sense at all, then he would suffer. He would suffer greatly from the moral guilt of what he's done. But fortunately for him, he is, as C.S. Lewis would describe him, a man with no chest. He has no conscience. And no dignity, no shame, right? And none of that. No sense of honor. And he sees other people, especially other women, as just objects to be used as glorified masturbatory aids. And as essentially fleshy sex robots is how he sees them. And so abortion is just all about avoiding responsibility so that he can continue being irresponsible and using women without ever having to pay any kind of price for that whatsoever. Now, the women, on the other hand, there's a very steep cost that they pay. Physically, there's the physical toll of abortion, which is significant. There's the physical damage that abortion can cause, such as potentially making it so you can never have kids again, also significant. But then also the guilt and the trauma is much harder for women to escape because they're the ones going through this. You might hear from the Shout Your Abortion crowd that, oh, it was great, it was fantastic. I had an abortion, then we went afterwards to Taco Bell. It was just like it was a day out. It's just like running errands. They talk about it like that, but it's not true. That's a rationalization. Only men like this can really choose to be that flippant about it in real life. So yeah, he's the primary beneficiary. That's what abortion is all about. It's all for him. Well, I hope you enjoyed that clip from the Matt Walsh Show. If you did, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right down there so you can stay up to date on all of our future content.